What are you
up,
doing,
Gary?
Hey, Rod?
Hey, we're 4 minutes later, 56 minutes early. I don't know what daylight savings time.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
It's all good. You know what we were doing in the background.
We've been prompt. Dang, Shannon Wise. She is on it again. Hi, Shannon.
First out of the gate. Pew.
Woo. She treat everybody.
Treat everybody. Oh, man, what a beautiful day, Gary.
Yeah, the weather couldn't have been better.
No kidding. Good day to have the shop door open and working on some race cars. Or street cars even, you know?
Yeah, I got to kill my... There. I had to adjust some... This deal says Marvin Jenkins, Rex Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And 7 others. Cool. Hey, Marvin. Hey, Rex. Rodney Dowell's watching. I know that guy.
Oh, who's that guy?
Yep. The old time change. We got some daylight. Craven is watching. Hey, Craven, how you doing? We're gonna talk about your track after a while.
Oh,
a little bit. Yeah.
A lot of good stuff going on there.
Carrie Austin, Craven. Right on. This says sup, fellas. Okay, that's Troy. This Facebook user is Troy.
Troy, I drive all night.
Ah. Yeah, Mr. Road Trip, man.
Trip, Troy.
We'll
Road Trip, Troy.
Yeah. Do you work on anything this week, Rod?
Well, man, I was out of town this week, so I had to travel myself. And so I went to for work, went to Milwaukee and Indy. But when I got home, Friday night, I had an itch to be out in the shop, especially with the nice weather that we had. So I definitely been working on the car a little bit, getting ready for my own test or my own race on April 6th at MAD. So yeah, because the next weekend we'll be too busy. We'll be watching races. We can't work on stuff when you're at the track.
I haven't even looked to see what the weather's going to be like. I did a few days ago, but I haven't really been paying attention to it lately.
I think it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be nice pretty much this week. Looking at it, they're calling for 59 on next Saturday.
I see something I haven't seen yet before. This is Brian Wise. He says hello from the YouTube side, and it has the little with his name. It has the little YouTube symbol on his B right there.
See that?
So that's a comment from the YouTube side. I hadn't seen that before.
B-Wise got his game on. That's a great job, cool. Brian.
Yep.
I see Nick Roberts came on. He's going to be joining us here in a minute in the studio.
Yep. Have him and Mr. Harper after a while.
Yeah. What about your week, Gary? What'd you get done this week?
I've been working on this intake manifold still.
Yeah. Oh, big dude.
Yep, I'll be done with it this week. I got to order some fittings. I got let's show you what's going on here.
Let's see
this thing. Goodness. Double rows of bungs, pump gas side and a methanol side.
Yeah.
And just gotta. These things are time consuming. I got caveman equipment over here. You gotta make a template for what you want it to look like. Then you got to cut it out by hand, and then you got to fit it, and then you got to trim it and doll it up a little bit. And so this is kind of the worst part of it, because you got to make each one by hand, each piece. And I don't have some fancy laser cutters and stuff, but it's kind of fun. It's fun to make that stuff by hand. It's hand created and crafted for the specific thing you're doing. And I kind of dig that stuff, but so that's what I'm working on. I'll get some fittings. What's that?
2 rows of injectors. It's like they'll have all the fuel there they'll need there.
Yep. I think methanol is going to be on the bottom, and the top side is going to carry the pump gas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any engine specifics on this, but it'll be a cool deal. Yeah. I'll have her done this week in a few days, and I'll get back on my car.
The real deal. So just, talking through it, obviously you're a craftsman here. You do this on the side. I know it's not your first one and stuff, but what kind of hours is something like this, would you say you'd have tied up in this?
I have no idea. I haven't been keeping track.
Okay.
And it's, that's a terrible answer. But it's so sporadic, work on it a couple hours and, you go to work one day, you come home at night, you work on a little bit and you get sidetracked. And
Sure.
so, I've got a stopwatch that I use for specific stuff that's charged by the hour. This was a different deal with Keith where I'm trading work with him so that the hours are really, the hours really don't matter on this.
Okay.
But a deal that is charged by the hour, I just hit a stopwatch on it, and then that's the fairest way to do it. But
Yeah.
I've never done that with a project like this,
Mhm.
with hour wise. So I couldn't even lie to you and throw out a stupid number to guess. It just sometimes it just doesn't matter, what it takes. But
No, it'll be cool when it's all done. I'm excited to see it finished.
yep, yeah, it's going to Colorado Springs when it's all done.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. What about you? What have you been?
Well, I got home
progress?
Friday and played around a little bit, and then Saturday started working on the car, and I'm getting real close. If everything would have worked out, I would have been able to get some oil pressure today, but just still working on buttoning things up, and being meticulous on some things. But yeah, you can see here, motor's in. It's about 95% hooked up, and you helped me with that tube last week, and just going back together with it. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that Clearview system. Still working through that.
Right.
And we're going to mount it. We talked about on the side getting some roll bar mounts for it and that sort of thing. So I kind of got an idea how I'm going to mount all that. But yeah, just today and yesterday was able to get out here and put in some work and kind of get it where it's ready to fire off. And also, like on the inside, I put like the ECU back in and the wheelie controller and the dash and that sort of thing. And so yeah, I can tell Troy, this streetcar's got carpet, so
yeah. I'm looking for the SpaceX symbol somewhere in there. Like it's
yeah.
a rocket ship, right?
Oh man, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah,
SpaceX.
it's just nice though. You've been sitting there and the weather's turning good and it's I was up in Milwaukee and it was like 20 something, up there. So it's nice to come back here and the weather's decent. You see all the tracks that are open and having little test sessions and that sort of thing, or people getting the track ready. So it's just a good time of the year, start getting things rolling. So I'm excited to be out here and being in my happy place, if you will.
Same. Nothing fires me up like this weather that's outside right now, this afternoon, evening, 70, whatever, 68, 9, 70 degrees, whatever it is, the door open. Golly, that just fires me up.
Yeah, no doubt.
No
doubt. I'm telling you what. And, I mean, it's just, oh man, windows down, driving around. It's all good.
Yep. I'm anxious to get back on my car and get some progress going.
Yeah, and just listening to Cameron last week got me fired up. I listened to that video a few more times, and that's just such a cool car and what he's got going on, and be able to go to Georgia and him just be a local player here. I mean, it's just awesome. Like Jared Johnson was saying, just having the cars that we have around here. And I know we got some guys too that are still working on their stuff, and hopefully they'll be out this year that haven't been here for a few years. So there should be some good car count. I'm excited for it.
Yep. It'll be cool. You want to talk about a couple racetracks for a minute?
Yeah, let's see it.
Craven, if you're still on here, you may have some input with this, but they posted, this was February 25th. I believe that was like the opening, like a test day or whatever, but they posted this February 25th. They said they had 81 racers, 251 spectators.
Nice.
For February 20th, late February. That's awesome.
Yeah, and this was just a test and tune. Is that what this was here? Right.
So I think it was just like a test deal. Open the track, test and tune type of deal. Craven can confirm some of that if he's still on. But
yeah, man, into February, you're out there peeling out. That's awesome.
And it was real nice that weekend too.
I remember that.
And they also posted this, like This says 17 and under. That's like a child's age. 17 and under, get in free is the best decision we've made. Great seeing the families come out. And Mid America Dragway, I believe, has changed their age entry policy to this also. So it'll be interesting to see. That was paid spectators, probably has 117 and under. It was a test and tune. That's Craven there.
Nice.
A test and tune. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see the feedback or the results that Mad gets with this also.
Yeah, with the 17 and under, you bet.
Yeah.
Well, let's just make it a family event, Come on out.
Yeah.
Get the youngsters started young, out there burning rubber and smelling some fumes. That's awesome.
Jeff Oppenheim is watching. Hi, Jeff, from way out in Pennsylvania. Yep. Good to see him watching. Kansas International Dragway, they've been doing some stuff.
Yeah.
They posted this a couple weeks ago. Look who's that kid. This guy named Rusty with Aki Time is here, giving the timing system a complete refresh. Race season is coming soon, and kid is going to come out swinging. If you saw this and you was able to blow this up, and you probably can't see it here, way down here at the end of the track is an airplane. There's an airplane on the track. Did you see that?
I did see that. I see someone commented, so I did blow it up and say what was going on. But yeah, I don't know what if.
I suppose that's how that dude from AccuTime gets around, and what a great way to transport yourself around to work on timing systems.
Ain't that the truth? There's going to be somewhere to land, right? Take off.
That's a problem solver right there.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
You just land on the track and go to work, and take off.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's great. So they're working on the timing system a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
They also had this. Everybody knows what the stickers are like out there. Spielman and Son Seed came all the way up from the Oklahoma border to help with the war on stickers.
Right.
And there was some more. There was some conversation about this where guys were talking about drag a blanket or drag something behind, and it was very interesting to read how that works with getting rid of the stickers. But I don't know nothing about it. But
didn't they say drag a piece of 10 by 10 carpet or something? I thought
something like that. Yeah, dragging something behind it, and that's very interesting. Cool. And hopefully it works.
Yeah, good to see them out there working. I know they had a little work day yesterday as well, so good to see them prepping to get going.
This is Craven again. He said, we had carloads of families tell us thank you for making it affordable. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's good. That's
good deal.
Feedback. Yeah.
Good.
That's real good.
And Kid had a work day yesterday, so they're working on it. They're opening up.
Yeah.
I don't know what other day, sometime in April, soon. We saw this from Flying H, building on that tower. They say the tower is almost ready for siding. In just a couple of weeks, we'll be installing the Porta-Tree timing system. Check out flyinghdragship.com facility/updates to see all our progress. It looks like a balcony up there with some railing.
Yeah.
And on the far left side in the picture, I was reading the comments and somebody said, is that going to have an elevator? And they said it is. So it looks like that far left side where you can see structure and beam going up and down there.
Yeah.
That looks like where the elevator may be. It's what I'm guessing.
That'd be great.
An elevator in the tower.
That's probably, the high rollers are up there.
That's right.
Sitting there watching.
The Rodney Dowell suite.
Oh, let's do that.
Yep. That'll be a really cool deal there, that facility.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm excited for that facility coming in. You hear a lot of good things, and I know we'll hit about a big race coming up on that a little later, but, just Tim talking about that last time too, when he was on Tim Webb, and what that is going to be, from, blank sheet of paper in a field, it's just awesome to see this thing go.
Yep. I'd like to say I can't wait to go there and race, but I gotta get a car running first.
Yeah.
You want to put that flyer up since we're talking about Flying H, that promo deal over here?
Yeah, I saw this.
It's crazy.
I was sitting there in Milwaukee and on my phone, and I came across this and I was like, what the heck? Because they just had World Series of Pro Mod, and they're talking about the best of the best, baddest of the bad. I mean, $253,000 to win. I mean, that is just incredible, and is this Haney's deal with Flying H? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, this is Midwest Pro Mod series. And 150,000 to win Pro Mod, 25,000 runner up. Woo!
Man, you could be the first loser and still get 25 grand.
Yeah, 5,000 for semis. Man, that's good money.
That's great.
Well, it's all relevant to good money compared to what it costs to operate one of those. But
yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, that's still though. I mean, it just shows that drag racing's alive right now. The buzz with the Gator Nationals going on in Florida. That's getting ready to air in a little bit. And I was watching eliminations this morning, how the NHRA broke that up with round 1 and round 2. I mean, the World Series of Pro Mod, Ducks race. I mean, it's just a lot of good stuff going on in drag racing.
Yes. And this says pro modified payouts under card event all run. What does that mean? Is that the non-qualifiers? Is that what an undercard is? Yeah.
My understanding is the way they do that, if you're, they take the top 32 and then they go from there if you didn't make the main event. Yeah. And they did that at World Series of Pro Mod too, where they had they called it a Chicago style shootout on the undercard. And
what I use these magical devices, and in them really small letters, it says pretty much non-qualifiers is like what you just said.
Yeah.
It's really small print right there.
Yeah. That's the fine print your lawyer's got to read. You know what I mean?
Minuscule. Yeah.
You need the Triple H glasses there. You know what I mean? Trifocals.
Yes. Yep.
But that's awesome though. I'm glad to see this. And, it's just, like I said, it's great for the sport. All in all, this builds more cars, it sells more parts, keeps businesses going. It's just more converters Marty selling and the next person down the road, whatever they're doing.
Yeah. And in the conversation on this, I seen Travis Gore commenting something about small tire.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's going to be a small tire deal as part of this, but it's something we should keep an eye on.
Oh, definitely. And we may have to get some more tires, it looks like, because I saw Travis Gore got some floppies in. And so
he did.
And that might be what they're doing there, which is fine. We just may have to get another set, another set of rims and another set of tires. And so we'll see. We'll watch.
Yeah. And if we snatch Blake Housley one of these days when he's not busy racing pro mods, get him on and talk about that and talk about the facility. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. Well, even when we're at PRI, we saw Mark Mickey had the Flying H on his quarter panel there, so he's involved with that. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Speaking of pro mods and Marty Chance, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Back to back.
Yep. Neil Chance Racing Converters is proud to be a part of back-to-back World Series of Pro Mod Championships. 2023 winner Spencer Hyde and 2024 winner Derek Ward.
Man, that's awesome.
That's impressive. Both them guys running Marty's Converters.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah. It's hard to beat. And I saw where he, got some more material in. I know he was running low for a minute and they put that post out there and then bam, a few weeks later, it's all systems go again and just pumping those new converters out, those power pumps and that sort of thing. So that's good stuff. Excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this also, 3 out of 4 of the 4 finalists running Neil Chance Converter: Steve Jackson, Derek Ward, and Jim Halsey. So
there you go.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
4. Little shop just down the road from us here.
Yeah, just up the street. These are the fastest of the fast, right? And in our league and any kind of door car. And he goes, if you call that all the way to the right, being that fast, running 350s. And then, he's got something for everybody, even for our slow stuff and even for street stuff. I mean, that's just awesome.
Yeah, I finally wised up and jumped on, got on with Marty a couple years ago, and I had tried some other things and it just didn't make sense. to go out of town for my converter when he's just down the road, and we'll service and do anything we need.
Yeah, and that's where he's good at, service after the sale. That's where he, in my opinion, he comes in good, and yeah, he's always treating me right. I'm sure he has anybody that's on this call on this podcast. So it's good stuff.
Brian had a comment here. Speaking of pro mods, have you seen Troy's rocket in the making? Yes, we have, and we got a couple sneak pictures of that here in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, freaking Rican Jose says, speaking of Steve Jackson, why he get DQ'd? Oh, I have no idea.
I've seen that too. I don't know what's going on. I was going to do some research on that because I saw he wasn't on the qualifying sheet, and that was kind of blowing up. And so, yeah, if anybody knows, that'd be great to hit up there. So, but yeah, good looking out for you.
Yeah, don't know nothing about that. Some more info would be cool.
Yeah.
Chris Wilson says Brian Wise might want to know. My truck has a chance F-150 killer converter.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna find out, ain't we?
There you go. Whoop, whoop. Yeah.
That's great.
Brian Wise, I'm getting out of racing, bought a trailer and some new wheels. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen that.
The new wheels look great, but it just happened to lighten it up like 1,000 pounds.
I know that,
right?
Pounds a piece, exactly. Yeah.
Got truck probably run 8s now.
Yeah. Well, no, it can only go 10 O's. That's all it can go.
Oh, okay. Right. 10 O's.
That's 10 O's. That's it.
Jason and Tabitha Brown are watching. Hey, Jason and Tabitha.
Right on.
Okay, there's another comment. Let's catch this. It's cheated up, he says. Chris says it's cheated up.
He cheated up.
I got sent this picture the other day. This isn't about no prep or whatever, but it's a local car. Got a couple updates on some local cars, small tire stuff. Look at that.
Oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome. That Marvin Jenkins car?
Marvin Jenkins got his body parts and stuff back from paint, and it's starting to look like a car.
Oh, it is, man.
So,
yeah. That looks like 17 and under driving.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That should be free entry or something there, right?
Exactly. Oh, that
it's gonna be a cool car.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't said when he thinks it'll be ready, but I'm sure he works at a pretty fast clip, and he can get her. He can make some work happen pretty quick.
Already got it painted, and shoot, drop the motor in, wire it, and fire it up. That's awesome. Like to see that around here. Another car coming together. Man, there's gonna be a lot of dealers there this year.
And we got Pro Mod Troy.
Oh yeah, look at that. Pro Mod Troy.
It's so bright. I've got to turn my thing down a little bit. Golly.
Hold on a second. Let me put my sunglasses here. Golly. Here we go. There we go. Now
there you go.
Gee, it is.
Yep. He said it felt good for the car to actually be on the ground.
Oh, I know, right? Holy cow. Yeah. Well, he had a road trip, so he went and got a little something he put on the front end, and so he made it back, and now he's sitting on the ground. That's awesome. Excited to see this car out.
Yeah. Keith did a bunch of work while he was waiting on an engine, and he went and retrieved his engine this week, and he's not wasting any time.
No. Has it been 2 years he's been sitting, or just one?
It's been 2. God, we was talking about it in his garage the other day. It's been 2, maybe 3.
Has it?
2021.
I think it was 20. Actually, it was that Wichita race, if I remember right. Yeah, 2.5.
Troy said, "This is Troy." He said, "I should have taken a picture of front for you, Gary. I doubt you see it much." Well, I gotta put a rear view mirror back in my car so I can see your car. I gotta make sure I got a rear view mirror.
I think, I said it the other day. I know you guys are doing this first to the 50s type deal, and I think it's just first to the racetrack is going to get that 50.
That's probably right. Troy says 2.5. I think he's saying 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's funny
this car's so cool. It's iconic around here. People know it. He, drives on the street. He won that big race in Kansas City, what, 5 years ago now or so, maybe
Yep.
a little longer. Him and Lovett went up there and won an event, got paid some good money. And so it's just cool to see this car. You know, you got all these belly button Mustangs around here. So this is cool to see something, you know, and he's sticking with the Hemi. You know, he could have so easily just put a, you know, an LS or
Big block Chevy.
Yeah, big block Chevy. And
I'd be scared then. I'd be worried.
If he had a big block Chevy and Holly, you'd be worried.
Big block Chevy and Holly, then yeah, I'd be worried.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So I'm slightly less worried.
Yeah. He's got 2 turbos on that thing, man. I didn't get the meeting notice when everybody's supposed to get 2 turbos. I checked when I called Jose. I checked the box for 1, and I just see 2 everywhere. You know, everywhere you look, it's got 2 turbos.
2 turbos, 2 spark plugs, 2. I don't know. It's just got 2. Man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got. I mean, exactly. You have to take a loan out just to get a spark plug change in that thing. He's got 108 spark plugs in that. So.
This is Nick. Nick says, "Watch the LS hate."
Watch the LS hate. Got the flapper. Ding, ding, ding. You know, that's, heck yeah. Who's this?
You know, it's Nick. He says, "I still have a LS powered Dodge Dart."
Yeah. That's it. That's it. No, it's cool to see this thing on the ground though, for real. You know, I work with Troy too, and we'll be in meetings, and people just giving him crap. Got your car running yet? Got your car running yet? So,
I get that at work also, and from my friends that aren't at work.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently you need to quit working on everybody's stuff. That's what's going on.
Well, that don't bother me. I like doing that.
I know.
It's fun. All that stuff's fun.
Yeah.
And like I told Barry, I'm better at working in welding than I am at being a race car driver. Anyway.
I know you have a talent.
But,
yeah,
yes.
It's just super cool for Troy. I'm excited for him, and I know he's
too.
going to do a couple more little things, and I don't know if he'll make April 6th, but hopefully May 4th for sure. And I don't know his schedule or what he's got planned, and you know, all that sort of thing. But like, it's just exciting to see this little yellow banana back out. You know,
2.5 years.
2.5 years, man. It's a lot of time. Yeah.
Yep. I'm excited to see it too.
Mm-hmm.
Another car. Remember this? Lamar.
Oh yeah.
He did a drag and drive.
Oh yeah.
And you know, he's a past winner of the LSX versus the World, the 10 grand deal with Danny Davis a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
He sold that car. Yep. Sold that car. He's got this cool street car he did a drag and drive with, and I think he fell in love with it, with the drag and drive stuff. he said in his comment here, he says, "This shit was so much fun." There he is, that cool Camaro pulling that trailer. And
right.
Next thing you know, here's a post he has on Facebook. He's knee deep in another build.
Chevy 2.
Yep. Sometimes I'm not sure what I get myself into, but we're going to give this drag and drive stuff a full go.
Oh, man. All systems go. That's awesome, man. Holy cow.
Yep.
You know, or does something, he don't do it halfway either. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what this build is going to be. Gets it all done. So that's good stuff.
I was going to say the same thing. He always does great work and has nice cars.
Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting, you know, I hope people are paying attention. It's like purpose built drag and drive, you know what I mean? In these shops and ordering parts just for that, you know. So that's good stuff, man.
Yes. Let me do something here real quick. All right. What the rest of the stuff I got here is no prep specific and mad specific. I sent Nick his thing so he can jump on and
yeah. So while Gary's doing that, everybody, we're just we got Harper in the queue right now, so he's standing by, and then we'll bring as soon as Nick gets in, we'll bring them on. A lot of things to discuss for next weekend for those guys with the no prep race down there, the no prep series, Midwest series, and so plus we want to hear some updates from the track down there at Mid America. That they've been posting some things that's been happening down there, so this will be be a good time to get these guys in and to check this out, because I know it's going to be a good time. Speaking of no prep, I was like seeing some stuff happen in Mexico last night with Jolene, and then I saw Ryan Mitchell roll down to Alabama, I thought it was, and take home the money. So that's a nice car from Kansas doing something cool.
Yeah. Are you ready for these guys? We got both of them here.
Yeah, get my flyer out.
Get your flyer. I'm going to get the screen situated here like this. And get rid of that.
I'm ready.
And you got it?
I got it. I'm ready. I got my questions ready.
All right. Mr. Harper and Nick.
What's going on, guys?
Hi, Gary.
Wow.
You there, Nick? Can you hear you?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Thanks for coming on tonight.
No problem.
Right on, right on. Nick, I saw you've been working hard there. You got the little Mustang running again with the LS.
Finally, it's been a big struggle bus since November. So we drove the crank into the front of the block and did some stuff to it, lost all oil pressure at the back of the track race in Oklahoma City, built another motor for it, and got unlucky, and it had end up being a coil harness go bad, killed a brand new motor. So we rushed, and Jacob Novacek did an awesome job getting the machine work all done, and Callie Nate worked his butt off to get the motor assembled, and then we put it in and been getting her lined out.
Oh, that's awesome. Glad to hear you're going to be ready. That's awesome. A lot of hard work there. A lot of good companies behind you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Mr. Harper, what have you been up to?
Well, recovering from being sick. That was this last week. Man, I got whatever the whooping cough crud was, but other than that, we're fighting through it on a little bit of antibiotics, and we've definitely done a few little improvements out the track, and I'm trying to make way for these lights and poles and things that are coming in the next looks like 10 days. So I need to do a little improvements at the track. So we've added a retaining wall, and we've got some holes cut out to put some poles up, and so we're going to actually have real deal return road lights as well as racetrack lights. So ought to be a fun and exciting summer when we can actually see something down there.
Right. Nice. That'll be good. Excited to see that.
We got Mr. Harper. I got a bunch of pictures from you with the track stuff, and Nick, you posted like if you're coming to the no prep, post your car type of deal, and like 16, I think about 16 cars posted to that deal. I snagged all of those, so I've got plus a couple extras that Jesse James sent me some pictures, and Jordan Campbell. So I got all those. We can roll through them sometime before we're done. And whatever you guys want to do, you want to talk about the track first or talk about the cars first, kind of whatever you guys want to do.
Well, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to run out of voice before we're done either way. So Nick will have to finish off all the questions on the racing stuff, just because, I wanted everybody to understand this is actually something that I wanted to do last year. But we felt like that we couldn't get into that realm of no prep racing on a prep track surface without making some obviously adjustments to the track. And I was desperately trying to prove to the Kansas group that radial racing is alive and well around here, and that I could make this track work for that. So unfortunately for me, the no prep, because it's the least that I know, kind of got put on the back burner. And so it wasn't done on purpose. It's just the way it was. And so when we realized we were going to make the switch to the WDRA and join the Alliance, it was going to make it a lot simpler for us as a mid-level track to go and get guys licensed up and do the no prep thing. It was pretty easy for me. I reached out to Nick and Nate and asked them to come to the facility. They made a couple of test pulls on a track that had sat there for 3 weeks with nothing done to it. And they said, you know what, this could work. And I said, well, then let's help me sit down. Let's talk about it. I said, I know nothing. I mean, I've done some stuff with Joey Heichel up north, and I enjoy that scene. But where my track was located in Iowa, I was 45 minutes away from the best no time, no prep racing in the country at I-29. So I never really did it. We did the radial type stuff. We did prep events, and it proved to me that there was a need for both. So when we started talking, Nick said, hey, I've got a list of general rules that we try to run at all the facilities, no matter if it's street or track. And, we have a master schedule. And so I worked with him on dates, and I said, what do you think about this? And he said, yeah. I said, okay, rules wise, I never changed anything. I just copy paste. Why get caught up in a rules package that you're the only guy running that rules package?
Yep.
It just eliminates cars.
Yep.
Now, granted, we know that there are places that will let stuff in classes that aren't really for that. Everybody wants to be the big fish in the little pool. But these rule packages and with the drive and a couple of the other things that are added into this deal gives them plenty of opportunities of a place to play. And with a 3-race series, I think it's going to be important. We are going to do a point series. We've had a few people that have stepped up to do sponsorship of the series itself. Novacek Auto is doing $1,500 worth of work to the Points Champions package on the labor side. Nick's company, Devil's Glue, they're doing the championship rings. Those things are awesome to look at. I think what's going to happen is that's going to start a trend of these big rings. Guys are going to want them instead of a trophy, which I think they're pretty cool. Quick Performance signed up with a $500 championship bonus for small tire. And then hang on, I got a cheat sheet because I'm just that kind of guy. Because I'll forget something. I got way too many things on my brain. We've got let's see here. End of year. It is. Those are our 3 for end of year for right now. The event. This is going to be for this first race. Let me run through these real quick because I'll forget. Robert Fluke at Wichita Construction and Concrete has stepped up with $250 to the winner of small tire. So that's cool. We're doing $250 from Jesse James at Top Notch Heating and Cooling going in the pot for small tire. We got $500 from Miller's Towing and Recovery going into the pot. And then something that Jesse's doing with the Small Tire Gangster site, we're going to do $100 to the best 60 foot in small tire. Now, obviously, this is a no time class, but we are going to run it as a qualifier sheet in the tower. So the only person that's going to know is the tower operator, and then I'll know the number, and I'll go to that person with a $100 bonus for the best 60 foot. So those are all some pretty cool things for small tire that are coming up for this event. We've got the 3 index classes. We got a tailgate class. We've got sorry, it's coming. So yeah, throw some questions at Nick. Let me get some voice back.
All right, I got a question. So I see that you got the classes down here, and I see there's a Christmas tree on the flyer. So I'm assuming it's a no flashlight deal. It's not going to be a flashlight, right?
Nope. It's all Christmas tree. We kind of talked about doing something like that, doing a flashlight deal, and then still using the timing system to away. And I think really just to make the event go smoothly, being the first time, and then everything else that's going on. I think the tree just eliminates so many problems. The red lights, the jumps, all the other issues that could happen. So we got a tree. We might as well get to use it. Just the best thing, I think.
So will it be an instant green, Nick, or will you see yellow?
So I believe we settled on Pro Tree, correct?
4/10 Pro Tree on
Yep.
on all categories except for 750, 650, and 750 index. They'll be on a 5/10 Pro Tree, just like we normally run during the radial events. Other than that, everything is a 4/10 Pro Tree.
Instant green, man. As a racer like that, I don't like instant green. I think it's too easy to cheat. At least get a handle on it quicker. The 4/10 stuff, just I don't know. It's easier.
No, that's good. So chip draw type situation, right?
Yep.
No, that's good. So let's start talk about a little bit of the rules. So small tire, what does that mean?
So I got them right here. So small tire is pretty simple. It'll be a 400 Pro Tree. Rules are 28-10-5, no non-Ws. So no W tires, no 28-10-5 Ws, no 29-5s. It's a 28 race. Must have steel roof and quarters, unless from the factory. So Corvettes, other cars like that, or convertibles. Must be a door car of some kind, obviously. Must start from the driver's seat. So, no external starters. No wheelie bars. Obviously, for safety, drive shaft safety loop, and then no external weight outside of the car. So obviously, if you guys watch some of the stuff, including Nate, I mean, he's got a big bar that hangs off the back, and then there's guys that will hang 200 pounds in the parachute and all that stuff. And really at a track, you don't need it, and it just becomes unsafe. So no external weight. But other than that, it's if you got a 6.0 cert double frame rail pro mod on a 28-10-5 and it starts from inside the car, bring it.
Right on. No, that's good. Let's talk about big tire.
Big tire is $250 buy-in, 80-20 split, 4/10 Pro Tree. Same issue. Must start from inside the car. Must be a door car. Same thing with the drive shaft safety loop. And that's about it.
Okay.
Big tire's pretty simple. Run what you brung.
Sounds simple. And then True Street.
So True Street gets into a lot more with the cars that we're seeing in small tire this last year. A lot more cars have stepped from small tire down to True Street. Technically, my car was even built for True Street, but we used to race just up in small tire a lot. Now I've kind of set all the way back because I don't have a screw blown Hemi. I'm not going anywhere in small tire.
Right.
So True Street is $175 buy-in, 4/10 Pro Tree. Vehicle must be tagged, titled, and insured. No paper tags, no exceptions. All working lights, blinkers, brake lights. Max tire size is a 28-10-5 non-W, unless equipped from the factory with a larger tire. So if some guys, bringing some Hellcat out on 20-inch wheels and it's, got a factory style tire on it, then that's fine.
Okay.
All cars must have factory glass, factory body panels. Aftermarket bumper is okay. Subframe connectors and all that stuff is allowed. Fiberglass or carbon fiber hoods are okay. Trucks may have Lexan rear glass if it's for having the roll cage to go through only. Fender exits are allowed. No full-blown tube chassis cars. A bolt-in or weld-in style K-member is okay. Mini tubs are allowed. Factory style suspension and stock location up front. That's a rough one, for some guys that have some of the older stuff, but it makes things a lot easier, especially for tech and then just getting things lined out. Shock relocation kits are okay, like in the older Novas. Aftermarket shocks and springs are allowed. Ladder bars are allowed. Must have 2 front seats and factory appearing interior with dash. So it doesn't have to be stock, obviously, but it needs to appear like it's stock. And that's pretty typical for most True Street anymore. So just no gutted race cars. You need to have a door panel, you need to have seats, you got to have carpet, got to have some kind of dash that looks factory appearing of some kind. Treads, brake, and 2 steps are allowed. Dual power adders are allowed. There will be a cruise, 15 to 20 miles. You must beat the chase car back. There will be a car that follows. If you break down, he'll be generous with you. But if he's got to pass you and beat you back, you didn't make the cruise. You're out. So I think Gary had found a good idea for the cruise last time we talked. Cannot use ATVs, golf carts, or etc. to push or return cars from the line. Okay. So the car needs to drive under its own power to the line. If you're moving it up a spot or something in the pits, that's not a big deal. But driving from your trailer, to the lanes, it needs to happen. And then same issue, no external weight unsafely hung from the car.
Right on. Well, you took one of my questions as I was going to ask if Daly had a cruise. So that's cool. You got that. I figured out. You said it'd be about 15, 20 miles. You got a route. Maybe you get a chip or a playing card or something, or what's that?
So I've got a buddy of mine that's willing to sit at the checkpoint to hand out chips, or what we've usually done is just have a picture. You can take a picture with the guy real quick as you're driving by, and then that kind of proves it. The same thing we do like out Armageddon and stuff, but
that makes
pretty
sense.
simple.
Cool. And let's talk about tailgate.
So tailgate is pretty simple also. That one really is just a $200 buy-in, 4/10 Pro Tree. It has to come factory with a tailgate, and the tailgate, needs work. That's it.
So
that's it.
A few shows back, we were talking about tailgates and lift gates and that sort of thing. So is there a little wagon around here with a 6-cylinder that could get in that class, or is that not a good idea? He
could. That's technically a tailgate. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. So like a Malibu wagon or a S10 truck, right? Am I thinking the same
usually
thing?
S10s, S10 Blazers, full-size pickups, Chevy Loves. Stuff like that's pretty common.
Okay. No, that's a good roll package there.
El Camino Ranchero.
There you go. Wow. Yeah. Well, what was that? Dodge or Dakota or something? What was
the Rampage? The Rampage.
Yeah. Oh.
What's his name? Car out of Oklahoma though.
It's a Durango.
Durango. Yeah.
Durango. Yeah. McMurtry.
That thing was cool.
Yeah, I think it was super cool, man. It was a little old school Ford there, and I think it had an LS in it with a nice little turbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So, there going to be any tests in the night before? Go out and do some shakedowns or anything like that?
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Gary agreed to open the track on Friday. So Friday, I believe he's got it set at 4 is the gates open. So anybody wants to come test and tune, test. I know a bunch of racers have already asked about camping. So there'll be a lot of stuff to get some passes in Friday. I try to tell a lot of the racers, don't get too hung up on, we're going to test on Friday. That's not fair if we can't make it. That track's not going to be the same track day to day, especially Friday to Saturday. But it gives people somewhat of a hang of their car. Hopefully work out any gremlins like me that have a brand new car almost at this point, trying to figure things out. But I'm excited.
Yeah, it makes sense coming off the winter and everything like that. What's the format going to be on? Is it off the trailer? You get a couple hours or a couple test hits or what?
So on Saturday, the index classes will get 2 rounds of qualifying. Every other class is off the trailer. So if you're a small tire car or big tire car, unless you've entered into another class, small tire guys won't get a testing at all. It'll be just be the 2 rounds of qualifying for the index guys.
Okay. Yeah.
You can read between the lines, and what he's saying is yeah, you can enter in one of them index classes for a test hit.
Yeah.
So
get a hit. I get it.
Here's the problem though. You damn sure don't want to take one of those test hits and then can't make first round, because that's another thing that we were going to discuss is the the ability to put on a show. This is a first time event of this caliber at this facility. The last thing we want is 25, 30 cars double entering, and we separate the classes to give them a much amount of time as we can for cool down, and then you burn it up trying to make another hit in another class, and then get mad at us because we're not waiting for you.
Sure.
I got a show to put on. If you
Sure.
want to make that, if you want to burn your stuff up, I don't care how many times it goes up and down the track. As long as you're ready, every time we're ready to call it.
Yeah. So Nick, why do they do the right off the trailer and not give it at least one test hit? You know, that maybe someone drove 3 or 4 hours, you know, and could be a one and
That's
done
just-
deal.
Just kind of the standard thing. Just prove you're the baddest off the trailer.
Okay, that's the thought process there.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of guys that'll do this, and I've always done this at my races where we allow the guys to do the test passes in index, and what that does is help, your average Joe too that's coming out to enter an index, and the payout's a little higher and gives them more incentive to want to come and be a part of the show and feel. I mean, I've seen index classes pay out more than small tire a couple times where, every small tire guy and every big tire guy jumped in an index class and made the payout huge. And then those guys are, smiling ear to ear in the finish line photo. But, I don't ever take that. I don't know. Most races you go to, especially in the no prep world, especially in the street stuff, I mean, you come off the trailer, you make a hit. There is no test pass.
Right on, right on. I'm excited for it. I'm when this flyer came out and I saw this, Gary and I were talking about it. It's good, for what we got going on around here. And that's why we brought you guys on to talk about it and that sort of thing. And I got one more question for Nick, and I'll let Putnam take over a little bit. Now, being serious here, Nick, I'll watch some of these, races, the Mexico stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? And people don't run front ends. What's going on there? Is that a secret or is that just they don't have you know what I mean, for real?
What happened, I think, this has been quite a few years ago. One of the racers had bumped the wall at a race, and he pulled the front end off and kept going rounds and actually did really well with it. Well,
Sure.
I think it was kind of a monkey see, monkey do thing. And everybody thought, oh, well, because he didn't have the weight on the front of the car, that's why he was so fast. But anyone that really knows anything about aerodynamics, just pulling the hood off of your car and making a pass is going to scrub mile an hour. So I think it was just a monkey see, monkey do thing. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
Fox Bodies did start it. I know. Yep.
Jason Holland says that. He says Fox Body started that crap.
Yeah.
Rodney, I got an idea for your car.
Okay.
I'm going to come back over and bring my screw gun.
There. No, that's great. I wondered about that, because I actually, a few years back, I raced some guy down in Noble. It was one of those little small tire deals. It wasn't a radial race, but he didn't have a front end. And I don't remember his name, but we were talking about it. I barely clipped him. It was a door-to-door race. And I even mentioned that. I go, I think my front fender there got you or something, because at that point, the wheel would trip the beam. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't have a pecker extender or nothing like that on my car, but that's kind of what it'd be if you took the front off.
Yeah, we see it all the time, especially in the street stuff with photo finishes. And you're like, well, the other guy might have been ahead of you, but there's no bumper on the car. You're judging off the strut tower line pretty much, and so you can't go, oh, well, his A-pillar's in front of you. No, it's bumper, bud. So, I think I've seen it at this point hurt more people than it's done good, but it's still, I think, so many mentality. I don't know. I got factory, fenders on my car, and they still don't. I mean, you guys got Fox Bodies, there's not enough weight there to justify taking it off. I'm going to hang weight on the front anyways to keep the front down. So, it needs to stop.
Yeah,
I've weighed them. If you want to know what they weigh, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Spreadsheet over there.
Everything.
How everything weighs on these Fox Bodies for real. So that's awesome. Putnam, you got anything for Nick Harper?
Yeah, give me a second.
I know you're going to put it up.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
No, he's got it. He's in the back cave. I know what he's doing.
I'm in the back cave. I'm in the special folder here. Talk about something. Don't take the spotlight off.
Oh, no worries. I can keep it going. So we got 3 events. Is that what I'm understanding on this deal? Right? There's 3
Yep. Free for the No Prep series.
So we got May 6th.
Oh, I hear noises.
That ain't
Yeah,
me.
somebody just flew by in a Harley.
No, okay.
9 pounds, 9
March
pounds,
16th.
11 ounces.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't worth the ugly.
No.
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 That's one fender, not the both.
Sure. So March 16th is the first one. Harper, what's number 2?
It's the Saturday before Mother's Day. I believe it's May 11th.
Okay. And then you're going to do something in the fall?
Yeah, and then we're going to do one in October. It'll be the first weekend of October on a Saturday night. And when we start talking about this this new wall that we've added into the track, will allow us to look at some back track races, which will be flashlight start, photo, camera finish type stuff. More details to come. Schedule got really full this year, and that was great. But let me tell you, it's already my wheels are already turning. I'm enjoying this side of it. I live in the gray area normally, so I'm always looking to push the envelope in everything that I do. And so now that was part of the reason why I didn't really want to do a top end deal, because I didn't have a barrier set up to protect the cars on the return road. Now we have that. One of those deals of, setting the starting line up at the scoreboards and going to the quarter mile mark still gives us plenty of shutdown area. So it's in the cards. So whether that becomes a staple for the next 3 races on next year's schedule, or if it becomes one of the 3, I don't know. I really like the timing system deal up front. Takes a little bit of the guessing game out of it, and it gives us grandstand covered park, seating for our spectators. Everybody that does a top end race that has brought in bleachers, nobody uses them. They all stand there and watch it anyway. So I'm like, okay,
Interesting.
I like it. I like it. So we're definitely going to expand on this. This will not be a deterrent. It's like the radial racing. When I got here, it was real important to me. Chris was trying to make it work, but weren't quite there yet. I feel like this year we're going to knock that deal out of the park, and so this just adds one more knife in the sheath to do the job. I mean, the problem is a drag strip, guys, has literally year-round bills with 7 months of an opportunity to make those up. I mean, I get paid yearly, so it's got to bill constantly. So whatever I can do to maximize those 7 months that we're open, I'm in. And I think this no prep thing, if it is supported like it's been supported in the past, then we know that we got a shot, and it's going to do what we need to get us to the next level. And the next level is just keeping her open and keep making those improvements.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely. So Nick, hey, talk us through that. So a back of the track, what's different with that than what we're going to see on March 16th?
Back of the track is my a favorite type of event, especially at a drag strip. So back of the track is just a way more challenging surface. At the end of the day, MAD has an amazing facility, amazing rubber base, a smooth track. So even as a no prep, it's going to be a fast race. It's not going to be challenging after a few rounds to the extent that a lot of guys are hoping for or are used to. Where you go to some of the back of the track stuff, they don't have a rubber base. Sometimes the surface is deteriorating because it's old concrete or old asphalt or whatever. So it just makes it a lot more challenging, makes it more street-like. Most of those events, you try to make it feel like a street race. Like I said, we drove bleachers down at KID for the bunch of them that we did down there 2 years ago, and people wouldn't even sit in the bleachers. They brought their chairs, they set them out with their coolers, and you would have thought we were sitting on some street in the middle of nowhere, and people enjoy that. It's a different atmosphere. You bring a food truck or set up a temporary, food concession stand down there, and it's just a challenging surface. You go much slower. It makes it a lot more level playing field for guys, that don't have, a bunch of horsepower on tap. It becomes how can you make your car work? And it makes it a lot more fun. So I love back of the track stuff. And when I heard he was doing some wall stuff, and I kind of poked him at it, hey, we should do a back of the track there. And he was like, man, I don't know. What about the bleachers? What about this or that? I'm like, man, it really don't need to be that overthought. We just, you provide the place to race and they will show. And so him wanting to do that or getting excited about it makes me excited. And I'm sure he'll get a huge feedback from that this weekend, where guys are like, hey, you do one of those, we're definitely showing up too. So I'm ready for it. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good. And so that'll be a flashlight start, and then someone on the big end with the video camera.
Yeah, you'd have to have a flashlight start, and then tire crack camera on the line to see if someone jumps, and then you'd have a finish line camera in slow motion to catch the finish line. But so it takes a few more people. You got somebody on a microphone or a radio calling back, to the front, left lane, right lane, and then we'll announce it with usually like a loudspeaker or something. But like I say, it's a different environment. It's a lot of fun, different than a lot of people are used to, especially it'd be way different than anybody that's ever been to Arc City is used to. Yeah. So yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. It's a lot of tracks are doing it. I mean, for the track, it's almost a no-brainer in a way. You don't have a lot of overhead other than this track being there. You're not spending money on glue. You're not spending money on even a scraper or, anything. You're just blowing the surface off, throwing up a food tent and opening the gate, so it helps tracks out. It helps the racers out. It brings spectators in that may never have showed up before. Maybe they enjoy their time and they'll come back for other things.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only bummer to the back of the track deal is it doesn't allow us to have an index class. So these first few that we decided to do, we really wanted to incorporate the index feel to the no prep side. So that was the only other drawback, is it will limit hires or classes by doing it on the back half, or the top half of the racetrack. But I like it. I'm in.
Yeah. So Harper, on the flyer it says 12 and under free, but is this part of the 17 and under, or is this not?
That was a previous. We had done the 12 and under based on our original stuff from last year. All events this year are 17 and up with paid adult. So yeah, we're going to do and we got the idea from Craven. Gary and I kicked it around a couple years ago, and we said, man, it would be great to just drag all these high school kids in that had nothing to do. But then you start thinking, man, I don't think I want to police 800 kids running around without their parents. So it's like, well, let's make them free with an adult. Let parents still be parents. And honestly, we're looking for that family that's going to come to the races, that need to get out of the house, go do something that's fun. That, let's face it, dad may want to go a lot more than mom wants to go. But if mom don't have to spend a bunch of money and do a bunch of stuff taking care of a kid, she can read a book in the corner while the kids and the dad go out and groom the pits and hang out and talk to people and stuff. So we're all in. We've been working with the Chamber of Commerce here in town, and if you guys have been listening to the radio, we're running a lot more ads coming up in the next few months, really trying to promote that 17 and under free with a paid adult. We think that's the future.
Yeah.
I know you've told us before, but with talking about, added events and stuff and being busy this year, how many events did you have last year, and how many compared to how many you're going to have this year?
Oh, that's a wrong Gary question.
Oh.
Hang on a second. How many races did we have last year? 46? Yeah. Last year we had 48 scheduled. We had 48 scheduled, and we lost a couple to weather. So I think we ran 46. And I think we're on tap for the same 50 this year.
Okay.
And the biggest number that they'd run in the past was 25. So we more than doubled
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And then, what the variety. We're trying to get, the variety. I don't like drag strips getting tags. They're a no prep track. They're a radial track. They're a bracket track. I want to be the guy that any given time of the year, you can look on the schedule and circle 2 or 3 events, and you're like, I got to make those 3. My heart is in the radial stuff because I get a kick out of the track prep side. My wallet is probably going to really like the no prep side, and my general clientele is the bracket racing side. So we really need to be able to look at these guys in general and say, I don't have anything for you this weekend, but this weekend are yours. I don't have anything for you, but this, and give everybody a fair shake and their opportunity at it. And then we're always available for testing. It killed me to not be done with everything at the track this week because I could have rented the sucker 30 times with the phone calls because once the weather gets good, everybody's ready to go. Yeah, Warren Blanc does our PJ. He's going to get glue this week. He'll bring it to us. I'll have it probably at the track on Friday. And so anytime from Sunday on, a little bit of scraping and a little bit of radial prep, and we can do whatever it is guys want to test for. We will have that ability. So
Nice.
we're looking forward to it.
Nice. So Nick, I know you put a post out there. Gary was talking about people coming, and so I know we got some pictures on tap, Gary, and so we can kind of walk through some of those if you like, and then at the end we'll follow up with all the new track improvements and that sort of thing. But just Nick talking through it, if people been kind of blowing your phone up or anything, or hitting you up about coming.
Oh yeah, it's gotten way different, So I've been putting on races for 8-9 years now. I think we were talking about this the other day. That it's been over 8 years. Facebook has really changed the way you market stuff, and they're actually making a big flop. I've noticed for us, the way when you advertise something like an event, they want you to pay for it. So it's kind of like they don't show you how many people actually, visually see it, at least on my side of things. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of racers that have reached out and, have asked me about, Friday night testing and camping and stuff. And there's small tire is going to be fast. It's going to be, there's some heavy hitters coming. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people that are excited to race. I've heard of a lot of people, being my job, handing out flyers every, at the store, guys talking about, oh, I'm going to bring my kids to it. That's cool. So yeah, I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout. I mean, it's always kind of iffy this early in the year. There's so many guys that were like me that have struggled to get things together. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're going to do everything we can to make a race like this, especially being the first one of the year. The track's going to be pretty virgin. It's going to be tricky, so guys are itching. I mean, the weather's nice. You want to be in your car. So I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout. And I've seen that comment about the 405 guys. So yes, I can't say any names yet because obviously, it's like racing. There's guys that are out testing today, trying to make it. I'm hoping by Wednesday we can actually use their name. But I've talked to quite a few pretty known 405 guys. Obviously, I help with quite a few of them that really are excited about this series in general. I know that they're going to make it to a couple of them for sure. And then a couple of them are talking about trying to use it as a test pass for the MPK series that's coming up.
There you go.
So cool. I'm hoping Big Tire will be pretty stacked with some awesome cars. But yeah, mid last week I was talking to quite a few of them, and it seemed like there was quite a few that were interested in coming. So I'm hoping.
Here's a shout out for both of you guys. I don't know if you can see that, but it says, haven't been to this track since high school, but if you're supporting our style of racing, we're definitely supporting this track. So Gary, did you see who that was?
That was Jason Holland.
Thank you.
Yep. And he also said this a while back. I've been trying to catch it about the tailgate. he says May 11th one going to be the one with the tailgate classes. That's every event, won't it be? The tailgate? Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
tailgates in all of them, yes.
Very good.
Good.
Yeah, no, we are, like I said, we can't be everything to everybody every week, but with some new equipment that we've acquired, I'm going to do my damnedest to make this thing great for everybody that shows up.
No, it's going to be awesome. And I know we got some people that went ahead and announced they're coming. So we got a few pictures loaded. We can talk through that now. And a lot of local guys here that I know answered your little Facebook text. So that was kind of cool too, just seeing all that as well. So it's going to be a good event.
So many guys are still so secretive, like they don't want to announce the last minute they're coming because they're afraid that, some of it I think maybe kind of in their head, and some of it maybe, there is some pretty heavy hitters that are afraid that if they announce that other cars may drop out.
Sure.
But yeah, I've got a pretty good list of them in my phone. So.
And that's part of the game, right? A little secretive and that sort of thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. Usually, and especially when like this weekend, there was like 3 big no prep races within. Well, you had Hobbs, Alabama, and a couple others that the guys were going to. So, though you kind of, when you see that stacking up within, let's say, an 8-hour trip, some guys will be pretty secretive because, at the end of the day, they want to be the big fish in a small pond. So they're kind of be quiet. We got real lucky that, this weekend coming up, there's not a lot of no prep stuff going on at all. And that was why we picked this date. And I, a few times, seen some other promoters that were reaching out, trying to do stuff. And I kind of talked to them and, hey, hey, we're doing this. You ought to come down and support. And luckily, those guys kind of moved their dates. So we're one of the only ones within a good drive for a lot of people that's happening. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I think I personally know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just for the viewers and that sort of thing people watch later. With the no prep, it's a lot of no time. And that just kind of goes hand in hand with it. So I know everybody runs their little draggies and that sort of thing, so they kind of know what they run. So, but talk me through that. Why does that go hand in hand?
Honestly, I think it got it from, that kind of came up from your people. You radio guys do that a lot too, I think. I don't know. I'm not so big on that. I get people all the time. They'll come up to the pits, and they'll be like, hey, what'd that run? Most of the time I'll be pretty transparent and I'll post it. I've posted them on Facebook and stuff, especially if it's a good lick. And I'm kind of like poking the bear, hoping there's a few people slower than me trying to figure it out. But I think at the end of the day, I've been in this situation too, where I've made a pass and I thought, man, that was a great pass. And if I would have heard the guy next to me that I'm going to race had went another tenth faster, you're going to try to, turn it up a little more. So I think it just, I think it's just guys not wanting to just know so they don't have to race a number, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a little betting going on as well, right? On the side.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people. I mean, even myself, if I come Saturday, which I know I will, I'll probably bring some money and we'll have a good time and that sort of thing. So I kind of like that as well. So I like the atmosphere of it and that sort of thing.
Gary,
we like to flip for quarters for $20 too. So bring a quarter.
Okay. Good to know. Good.
Gary, what do you got to do to the track this week to get ready for the no prep?
Well, we're going to be doing a full scrape, and I mean a full scrape. It won't take all the rubber off of it. That's the beauty of all the time I spent building a radial track out of it last year, was getting a base that you guys couldn't peel off. So I'll get all of it off that I can. It'll be paper thin. Then we'll take our scrubber and go out and hit it all with soap and water, and that'll knock any of the glue residue on it that's off. And so it'll be, let's just put it this way, after a few poured puddles, it'll come right around. And then the intention is we'll probably look and see how things go on Friday night and decide whether we need to do anything further. Chances are no. We will probably clean up we're going to have a water burnout only part that the radial guy or the most the index guys will use, and then a section farther forward that'll be kind of reserved for prep, and it'll be coned off, and then you can't pour anything past that point. And then what'll end up happening is I may go out there 2 or 3 times during the evening and take that pump section off if it starts getting real messy on the sides. But for the most part, it's no prep. It's Gary gets to sit and watch the race for a change. That's why I'm all about it. So
Yeah.
so it ain't gonna be and of course if there's oil or something like that, we'll address that as it comes up. I'm not sending anybody down a quote unquote bad lane or I was afraid I was gonna get it too clean. We'll get it clean and we'll get them even back up, whatever we got to do to one lane. I've turned around and done it to the other lane to ensure that we've kept, I don't want to turn it into a 1-lane racetrack. That sucks too. So, I won because I got lane choice. BS. So that's where our goals are this week is to just get them as consistent as we possibly can before we get started. And then we're going to, suggest that when these guys are out here testing, they don't all test in the same lane because they're going to create that 1-lane racetrack. Smart move is just like when we do radial testing. I make you guys run 1 lane for a couple hours, then we go to the other lane for a couple hours. Then that way, we got a good racetrack to race on. We don't want to turn these things into a 1-lane Sally. So
Right.
that's my job. My job's pretty easy this week.
Yeah. So under the canopy, you'll be swinging in a hammock, sipping a beer, chilling.
That probably won't be happening. I'll be running around. I'll be running around. Yeah, that's all. I got the beer. I ain't got the hammock.
We'll bring you a hammock.
No, I'm the guy that'll be running around going, "Where's my damn cars at? These damn chip draws. Let's go.
These double-ended guys, get over here."
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? I'll be honest. If you're going to take a guy's money and let him have multiple entries, we'll work with you until we can't work with you. I've got to put on a show. I mean, that's my ultimate job is that man in the stands. He is paid his money. And maybe for the first time, he's brought his kids and he's got them in for free. And we want to show him something. And we want to be able to say, nope, no prep is a style of racing that we can do here and we can do it correctly. And oh, by the way, if you think this was fast, back in 2 weeks when I turned the scoreboards on, we light this place up.
Nick, go ahead, Harry. Go ahead, buddy.
Isn't the entry fee like $15?
Yeah, it's $15 for an adult. Yes.
Yeah, in my opinion, that's too cheap.
That's cheap entertainment right there.
It's cheap entertainment, man.
It is. I mean, Gary and I went to the movies the other day here in the movie theater. Well, it's not quite that bad. I don't live where you guys live. I can still go here to Arc City and see the movies about 2 weeks late, and it's still $25. So it's getting to where it's getting pricey to do everything, and that's unfortunately we're one of the last businesses that get to make a price increase that everybody doesn't freak out on. I mean, everything else went up. I can't help it. We're doing our best. So I think we got a lot of support. We're able to keep the costs down. I want to put on a show. We need people in the grandstands to do that. Nick, do you like racing in front of 30 people or do you want to race in front of 500? You want to race in front of 500.
For sure.
When you put that butt whooping on, you want everybody to know you put that butt whooping on.
So Harper mentioned something a second ago, Nick. Quick question for you. I seen this pour your own, water burnout only. Let's talk about that for a hot minute in your devil's glue.
Pour your own puddle, not water. No water. So obviously, I make glue. Made it for over 10 years now. So I like it for the consistency aspect of it. It gets, again, the racers, they have that street feel, like they're racing on the street. I just like the pour your own puddle stuff. I mean, it's consistent for me. My data is not in my team, how my team get to help me and prepare to go to a race. It doesn't change no matter where I'm at. You know, one person's got the glue, one person's getting me in the lane. So our procedure stays the same no matter where we're at. And obviously, you know, as a company guy, I really like it too. But I don't even go to a lot of races that are water only burnout just because it's kind of out of my realm, I guess. Again, it's not how we practice. It's not how we operate. Sometimes, you know, I've gotten to places when you're out of state and a long ways away, and you get everybody and their sister trying to make traction compound that probably shouldn't be trying to do it. And I've seen it where the lanes kind of can go away from that. Luckily where we are, I think, you know, the few brands that are floating around, they all work real well together. And it really makes the first, you know, 100 feet really come to life. So you see two cars go side by side and not just immediately annihilate the tires. So it makes it good for the spectators too.
Okay, that's good. So will this race, you'll be able to use the devil's glue, or is it water burnout only?
You'll pour your puddle at this race. I think Gary wants to set up a water box area for the index guys that choose to do so, but the heads up guys will still pour your own puddle.
Perfect.
This is a comment from Justin Hollenbeck. Nick, he's asking you if you will have glue for sale on race day.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't. My trailer's always stock full of it. They're the cabinets are full. The back front of the trailer's full. So yeah, I always have glue with me.
Good.
This is Craven. Craven says it'll take a 30 to win a front side no prep. People don't realize how fast these races are.
Nice. God, that's
Fast.
getting it. That's good.
Yeah, I don't think last year was the big proving ground too. I mean, obviously there's a lot of really, really fast guys in the no prep stuff that have came out that have still been out racing for years. Brett Self, you know, Ryan Mitchell's definitely one of them. And then now you're starting to see all these MPK cars like John Doe and stuff get on 28s, and the OG Murder Nova on 28s, and all these other cars. And guys, I've seen numbers, I've seen data from some of these cars, and they will run 30s and 40s on very, very marginal stuff. It's insane how fast they've changed and figured out. You know, we used to laugh at most of these front side, like KID was perfect to that. You know, a 490 would win it. A 490 would win it. Yeah, not anymore. And, you know, Al Armageddon was insane how fast these guys were going in the heat and how greasy it was. And yeah, it's fast.
Yeah, that does sound fast. You know, Putnam, the other day we had Craven on here, and I remember him saying he's going to do some no prep. We might see the Red Rocket this Saturday down there. You never know.
Maybe he'll tell us here.
No, he might be secretive as well. You know,
he's got a bunch of cars. It's hard to say what he'll show up with.
Yeah. Flip a coin and open a door. See which one's behind. Yeah. Gary, can you see who this is right here?
Oh. I haven't seen it pop up yet.
Looks like Tyler Manuel.
Oh, it is. Yep. Tyler Lloyd Manuel. Yep. That's who that is. Yep. He says, this is awesome. We love to radio race, no prep race, street race. We just love to race, so we will support whatever is open. We aren't the fastest, but we try. We used to support bracket days too until no test and tune, but now the boy races juniors. We will be there for that as well now. Thank you to Mad. Big changes this year.
Nice little shout out there, Harper.
Yeah, that's great. You know, and that's where the second, third, fourth generation in some of these families are starting to help us out. You know, they're getting their kids involved, and we're trying to, like I said, trying to get a little something for everybody every time. In our situation, I could damn near get him satisfied every weekend with something, which is awesome. Yeah. No reason. Just leave your trailer at the track. We got you. No problem.
How big a trailer you got? Just bring it all.
Just bring it on.
Yeah. Speaking of, Nick, I know you've done some Power Wheels and Hot Wheels stuff, and they do that down in Texas. Is that something coming this year? Or are you guys going to keep that on the side?
We're going to
Yeah,
do
we-
a Power Wheel event August 17th as part of the Lupus Foundation race. That's something that hasn't had a lot of traction yet because we're still putting together all the sponsors for it. But that's something that's Tracy Lynn and her daughter. She's got lupus, and so they had done a Lupus Foundation race at Kid a couple of times, and Nick's helped her out with that, and that'll also be technically a no prep race. Details in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, but that's going to be August 17th, and there will be a couple of classes for the Power Wheels kids at that event.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm hoping maybe we can talk Gary into doing something too like that, maybe in the October race, and kind of spin it into some type of Halloween deal like I used to always do at other
Yeah.
places.
We're in.
Yeah, I love doing the Power Wheel stuff. I think we were just kind of talked like we had so much going on with this first one and trying to figure out how to make things work. It was kind of just another thing to add to and figure out.
No, that's awesome. I loved watching the Power Wheel stuff, and there's a little bit of side money going on those too. So it's
Yeah.
all fun. Yeah.
This is Craven here. Craven says we went to the finals in a no prep last year where Brent and Boost 12 were at. He had Kelly Jones in the finals. He says, I know what we ran. It'll take a 30 to win it. Craven,
There you
are you bringing a car?
Mm.
Will we see you this weekend?
The teaser is out.
Yes.
I want to be a little cocky, and I think if the two cars I have in mind that have said they're coming, the record that Mad used to have for small tire, I think a no prep car will break it.
Okay, the old record you're saying.
The old record, I think, will get broke by a no prep car.
That was a
Obviously,
32.
what you guys have done with Gary prepping the track, that's not going to happen. But
Sure.
but the old record that was held high for a couple years, I think it's going down.
Oh man, that's saying something right there. That's fast. That means they'll be going, in the
I
20s.
won't be doing it, so don't mistake that. But
That's
Yep,
funny.
it'll be fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, maybe this is
And
our
I will,
answer.
and
right
I will
here.
have
Good answer.
This is Craven. He says, my car has slicks on it now. All right, we'll see you Saturday, Craven. We'll see you next week.
nice.
That's how I take that.
that'll be awesome.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Man, I'm excited.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. So just talking through it, Nick, I think we'll move over to talk about some improvements with the track. I know Harper's got some stuff there. Anything
yet.
else that you got? Did you have something, Gary?
I do. We're talking about this race and people coming and this and that and the other. We need to talk about this. Mr. Harper, we got a detour.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
figure out how to get there.
Yeah. There's definitely a few things. We found a couple of easy routes that looks like there's two things that will not be affected. A driver leaving the racetrack and heading back north to Wichita on the turnpike will not be affected. And if you are coming up from the south, going to the racetrack via the turnpike will not be affected. However, your return home south will be a mess, and your return or your coming to the track from the north will be a mess. As if my racetrack just didn't go through $40,000 worth of improvements that I don't even have the money on, that I banked on was going to be from a great turnout this summer, to all of a sudden we get a call last Friday that tells me that they're going to take out the bridge, the turnpike that goes across the interstate at 166 and the turnpike. So now all of a sudden, if you live in Wellington, or you normally come down 81 to avoid the toll and go across, you will not be able to do that. So now you're going to have to turn in Wellington and go over the bridge in Wellington and then turn on, Gary wrote it down for me. Was it Oscar Road?
Oliver
Road.
Yep.
And turn on Oliver Road, which I'll be honest, that's the way that Carl Jones comes to the track with his 88-foot toter home every race. It's all brand new paved. And you run straight down to 166, turn left, and you're there. And you can obviously return back the way you normally would go. It's just going to be something to remember, because here's the problem. When you get to the bridge and think, I'm going to turn off here, no, you're not. They're going to end up sending you off, and then you're going to have to go like you're going back to the west, and then got to go back up through Wellington and then back around. So you definitely don't want to screw it up. We'll have it posted. They're doing what they can, but the biggest problem with this whole deal is it's the whole summer. Like, they're not projected to be done with this thing till like into October, November. So it's something we're definitely going to live with. I'm sure the casino's really, really upset about it, but I don't care about their business. I care about ours. What I hope that this doesn't become, it's such a pain that guys bail out on this. Give this thing a shot. Don't not come to us because of this. It would be devastating to us. We can't afford to have a bad summer because, well, I don't want to spend an extra 15 minutes on the road. Just plan accordingly. If anybody's got a question, they can call the office, talk to Gary and I. We'll have it all mapped out. I'm actually going tomorrow to take the route myself so that I can verify, it's okay. But like I said, the guys that live in Mulvane, they make that trip down that road every time they come to the racetrack. So then they say it's not an issue at all. It's been freshly paved over the last couple of years, and it's not a bad trip at all. But it's just, one of those things. I mean, they're taking. There's nothing wrong with the bridge. They're just raising it for a better height so they can take 17-foot tall stuff underneath it. I'm ready to kill somebody, but it is what it is.
Wow.
When are they knocking that out?
In like the week after our race.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're good for this weekend, but right after. I mean, so it's going to be immediate, guys. We're going to have to deal with it. I was in such a good mood, and then I forgot you were going to do that. Boy, it's all right. We'll get through it. Did a lot of work in hopes that we could have a good season. Let's not let this let's hamper us, but we do need to be aware of it. It is one of those things that, if somebody calls, and I'm going to try to memorize all the roads around there. So when somebody calls on the phone, panicking in the middle of the night going, I'm lost, I can say, okay, where are you? Okay, yeah, go here, go here, go here. You'll be fine. So.
And good word of mouth and feedback, like what you said about Oliver. Good feedback from that will help too. Or, hey, it's not full of potholes. It's not like driving down Meridian. It's a good road. Use it. That'll be good.
Yeah. And that's why I'm going to go drive it myself. And then I can say, yeah, it was literally, a 65 mile an hour drive with no, not a stop sign every 150 feet. It's a good road. It's going to add 6 minutes to your drive. Well, it might not add any time to your drive, but I want to know that for myself before I go telling everybody. I'm just going off of what I've already heard. As soon as this came up, I made some phone calls and got told, yeah, that's what we take every week with our toter. We got no issues with it. Okay. Then I want to do it myself.
Right. Cool. And
other than that, I don't have anything that could possibly be upsetting. We got nothing but good from here on out.
It is. You want to hit some track improvements or some of the cars that are coming next?
Well, let's do the cars, and then that way, if Nick's got family stuff to run off and do, he can do. And I can bore him. He probably is.
He looks like his eyes are closed.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Oh, I was gonna say, poor guy's probably been up working on his race car for days on end. I don't know that he's had any time to sleep.
It's been rough. It's there's a lot still to get accomplished, actually. So next couple days, I'm gonna have to be up all night getting her finished up and getting everything done.
Get to work.
This is Rex Johnson from Oklahoma. He says we can come up 35 to the track and then have to go home another road. Yes,
correct.
Right.
You're good coming. You got to find another way on. All right, let's look at. Well, here I snagged this. We was talking about it earlier. The ring, the no prep.
Oh, that's bad.
Ring. That's cool.
Now, Nick, is that for every class or is that a specific class?
So as of right now, I've got every class but the index stuff. And I'm actually trying to come up with another company that wants to help pitch in some money to get those done. So it's not 100% done yet, but I do have one for small tire, true street, big tire, and daily and tailgate. So pretty much right now, everything heads up. I do have one for, and I'm going to work on, hopefully by the end of the year, by the time we get to that last race, we'll have something for the index guys too.
Great.
And if he don't find it, I will, because I think it's a cool idea. So consider it done. We'll figure it out. We'll work on it together.
And
They turned out pretty cool. I looked a bunch of different places and companies trying to make one, and I had one envisioned that was maybe a little bit cooler and going to have some laser engraving and stuff on the side. And man, you get a lot of money wrapped up into those pretty quick.
Sure.
But I think it's neat. I mean, I would love to have it on my wall with all my stuff that I have. I'm going to have a cool display box made for every class that will say Mid America Dragway, and then like say small tire or whatever, and then say series champ 2024 or whatever. So what for 100% what it came from, and be proud that you got something cool and different. I mean, I've seen a lot of cool stuff. I've won some belts and different kinds of neat things, mugs, trophies, all kinds of neat things, but I've never won a championship ring. And that thing, the picture don't do it justice. It is huge. It is like an NFL football ring. It's big.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Nice to see it.
All right. We'll get to these cars here. Look at there. There's Nick.
There you go.
It's slow. It just does wheelies. It doesn't ever go down fast.
And Jesse James didn't respond to that deal in your post deal, but he sent me these. I reached out to him the other day and he sent me some pictures of his new car. And man, is it cool. I don't know what the power plant is. I don't know.
LS.
LS. Okay.
I love seeing the Ford boy on an LS car. That is awesome.
And it's a great looking car. Woo.
Yeah.
Very.
And it's probably been 3 hours ago now. He sent me this picture from this to this. He said the windows are tinted and it looks pretty shined up and polished. Like it's ready to roll.
There you go.
It's a good looking car. The Campbells have been working on this. They're doing some wiring and stuff, getting it ready. George's been working on it for a few weeks, I think. And they're wanting to, I think they're going to do the True Street deal. They like to do the try out the drag and drive, True Street type of deal with it. It's what they want to do, I think. Peyton Westbrook. I don't know any of these cars. I don't know anything about the rest of them. So
he's a turbo LS guy. Going to be in True Street also.
Very good.
Ted Garcia. He's a local guy, right? Hayesville, maybe.
Yep. Nitrous, big block, I believe still.
Cool. Cody Johnston.
I think he's a turbo LS also, if I recall.
Starting to see a theme here.
Yep.
Tyler Lloyd.
That's a new car for Tyler too. He had a really cool green hatchback car that he's done a lot of stuff with, and then he just got this one because he wanted a better, safer car, more cage. But it's a turbo LS deal also.
Cool. We just got a comment here. This is Jason Holland says Ted won't be at this race. Well, dang it. Cody Simmons, we've seen him at Mad with this racing small tire before.
Yeah, last year.
Turbo Hemi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Tony Folks' camp or is that another car?
Yep. He hangs out with those guys. I believe they built his motor.
Right on.
That's probably Tony there in front of the car, I bet.
Oh, there you go. Sure.
I got a question about this car. Goose. Okay, we know who that is. Is this Mike Peters' old car?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I was pulling these pictures off your post and I'm looking at it and it's like, it's a cool Chevelle and it's got this this paint, and I could see the stripes on the hood, and I'm like, that looks like Mike Peters' old car. I had no idea where it went, but it sure looked like it, and you've verified it.
Yeah, he'll be running that NA, no nitrous, and he's going to try to run the 580 index with it. And I think after getting that car sorted out, we'll get it sorted out on Friday night. I think it should have no problem going 580s on motor.
Cool. That was a really nice car when Mike owned it.
It's very nice and very light too. It shocked
Yeah.
me when we put it on the scales.
Yes, Mike was all about everything light.
Yeah, it made me very jealous. And my car's pretty light, and that thing's
Well, he would race Mako with it, and I believe it was a small block deal, so he had some weight break and stuff. So that was his goal with that, was light. David Hawley.
nitrous Mopar,
Oh, a dart.
big block, I believe.
Andy Torres looks like a convertible Mustang.
Yep, Turbo LS, big single, I believe.
This is a big LS jam race, isn't it?
Yeah, cookie cutter,
Yeah. Joseph Thomas.
Turbo LS.
Kyle Swanson.
Turbo LS.
Kinsey Niss.
I think he might have sold out. He was going to do the daily driver, but I think he had it for sale or was going to sell it and get it something else, hopefully by this weekend. So he might have something else up his sleeve.
All right.
A Turbo LS.
Probably.
Right. Ron Gibney with the white Rhino.
Hey,
There you go.
that's twin turbo big block, so that's different. There we go.
That's different. There you go.
Big block. Yep. And Callie Nate was the last one to post in that deal with a picture of the car.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to make it after all. His brother has to do a back surgery. So he's probably going to be back home in California taking care of his brother for a few days until he's able to get up and get moving again. So sad thing. Hate to see it. He's got 2 cars in his stable that would both do awesome, but got to take care of family.
Yeah.
Yep. Plenty of time to go racing.
You bet.
Lots of time to go racing.
Yep. All right, Mr. Harper. Now it's your turn.
All right. So-
you got any specific ones you want to see first?
No, you just throw them up there and I'll just go and we'll blow through this as quick as I got voice for.
All right. There's that.
That's me driving through the top end with all the patches that we've done. Notice all the big white concrete spots. Those are where we've gone through and put those buckets of patch repair and got that all done.
Cool. And you can kind of
So-
see on the right there, you can see that we'll have some more pictures of this, but you can kind of see the wall on the right there with these blocks, and we got some more of that.
This is the return road heading north.
No, this is on the actual racetrack. That's on the racetrack headed to the finish line, headed south
Okay.
in the shutdown area.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've been down there.
See, look at that. That's a perfect back of the track, man. Bumps and all.
That's we could run out of real estate in a hurry there, but that's the big. I mean, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and apologize now. There were some places out there that I know you guys have been driving around for a long time, and I'm sorry it took us this long to get them taken care of. I got to give a shout out to Larry Barnes at Barnes Co. He put the first $5,000 up to buy the buckets. It actually started with a little collection that we had done at the end of the last radial race. And I know the Bookers from Booker's Transmissions and Ultra Color gave us a few bucks here and there and said, hey, buy a couple of that buckets and here I'll tribute. And we scraped up about $2,000 and went and bought some. And then it worked. And then we bought $5,000 worth and burned it up. And now we're on our second $5,000 worth. But the point is, we couldn't concrete that for less than $300,000. And this patch stuff is beyond holding up amazing. We were driving around a forklift on it to put the walls up, and the weight of the forklift and the weight of the wall, which the bricks are 3,800 pounds a piece, wasn't affecting that stuff at all. We were turning around on it and everything else. So, yeah, a race car will go over it. We should get many years of service out of it. So we're really excited about it.
That's a little closer shot to the turnout
wall.
there.
So basically what we've done is we've created the original, at the end of the original wall that was there, that turnout is still there. And there'll be another picture down the road that shows, but we basically have created 3 designated exits off the racetrack. One, which was right at the end of the original K-wall, roughly 1,475, 1,500 feet off the racetrack. Most of our slower classes can make that turn. Our juniors make that turn. Somebody in a hurry on the brakes can make that turn. But for the most part, it was a very little used exit. Then we had down 1,000 feet-ish. We used to have 2 lanes, a left lane and a right lane, that I used to line with cones and made them the kind of the official exit. We've taken the first one out and widened the second one. So the hole to get through is about 60 feet wide, with the outside curve is curved in so that you wouldn't end up catching, the wall on the end of the shot in case you ended up in a problem. We're going to take some water barrels and line those. Guys get misconception about walls in the shutdown area. Walls in the shutdown area are to protect the guy on the return road. They're not to protect the race car. The guy in the race car, if you're into a wall down there in the shutdown area, you're in problems on your own anyway. What you're trying to do is protect the guy that's rounded the corner. He's gotten out of his car. He's taken off his gear. He's rolling up his parachute, and now he's going to get run over by the car sliding sideways through the deal. So we've tried to protect the guy on the return road and make it a little bit better. Plus, we are planning on putting a light pole up every 150 feet. And I just didn't want to stack of light poles out there for target practice, because apparently if you put poles up, the car will find one. We did that last year. We don't do that anymore. So what else you got?
This is just a track, right?
Yeah, that's looking back towards the starting line now. And it's a massive amount. I couldn't have done any of this without some help. And I know you got some sponsor stuff that we've sent you, but you throw them up there and I'll run through them.
I know you sent me this picture of this hole.
Oh, yeah, that was one of our many return road debacles. And it doesn't look that bad. That thing's 4.5 inches deep. You catch that with one of these new front wheels, it's bent. I mean, it's junk. Throw a $600 wheel away, and we've had multiple wheels bent over the course of the year. I feel you guys, and I'm sorry, but we got her really nice now, and this stuff is amazing. It's expensive, but you can drive after you pour it, and it looks like that, and you would think that's wet. You can't do nothing with it. That's a half an hour after it's put in. You can drive on it right now. Wow. And it's solid as a rock. And we poured some of them before winter, and the ones that have sat all winter long look more like concrete than obviously the ones that we've just poured. Like in the 6-month window of all the freezing and the cold and everything, perfect.
Huh. Nice. That's
where it's going to be all painted, and it's going to have a big red X or arrow and an exit sign. And that's the first turnout. We're going to take and restripe everything. Those Those stripes obviously don't match, but we're going to redo the striping, and I need about 4 months of good weather, working during the week, and I'm going to show you guys a premier facility. It's just taken a lot of time to put the resources together. We've got a lot of support, and we're just now it's baby steps. But as you guys come to the track, every time you show up, you're going to see a major improvement, and that's what our goal was.
And here's those people that you said helped out.
Yep. So Daniel's Ready Mix, Roland that owns the company, him and his wife stepped up huge. Not only gave us a smoking deal on the concrete, but really helped us facilitate a way of paying for it by letting us kind of space it out. And there's just not a lot of companies that will do those kinds of things for you anymore. And then West Kelly Trucking out of Winfield. Primarily, they're a rock hauler. So if you guys need rock for driveways or projects or anything, man, do me a solid and call them, at least give them an opportunity. Trucking is ridiculous. I mean, it has to be. Fuel's $4 a gallon. Wear and tear on trucks is high. And we became very, very happy with some negotiating and them just really, truly wanting to support the track. He's actually the one that hauled the barriers that are in there before I got there. So he's been a big supporter of the track for a long time. So shout out to those two companies. And then, as far as installation wise, this was not something that Donnie, my starter, and I were going to be able to put together. That just wasn't going to happen. Roy Brower Inc., Brower helped us out. He actually deals with these two companies on a daily. We all got together. He pulled the right strings and pushed things through. As you guys know, Troy supplies our shower trailer for the racetrack for some of our events. They're going to continue to come back and do that this year. So he's a big supporter. He got the ball rolling, got me going where I could put it together. I reached out to Justin and Austin Spielman, which is Spielman and Son Seed Company. They brought forklift out. They brought, their bodies, and literally in 2 days that wall was built. It's ridiculous. And then, Richie Pete came out and helped us. Old Repeat. I know you guys got 800 nicknames for him. I'm going to call him Stud. The guy's been out there now 4 or 5 days and just killed it. Everything that we've tried to do, he's jumped in. He's been the forefront leader. So my shout out and hats off to Richie Pete. I know he's had a rough go here the last month or so, but he really has. I think he's found second life in the racetrack, and I'll hire him every time he wants to come help. He was fantastic. Glenn Walton, one of our bracket racers, he was down every morning helping do the wall stuff. And then, of course, Mike Evinger, my fire safety guy. Anytime we need to do something, today he came down. We burned off all the shrubbery and stuff around the return roads and the sewer overrun off deal and all that. So we're all burned up. We're cleaned up. We're looking good. I'm going to be doing some striping to get some lines put back together on the track. We're going to be changing up a few things. Jorns and Associates is the ones that helped us with all of our lighting package. That's going to be phenomenal, guys. We got 50 lights, poles, all kinds of stuff going to get some things going out there. Couldn't do it without them. It's all of this has started with me having conversations of goals and what can you do to help me facilitate my goals. And my goals is to make this the best damn racetrack in the Midwest. I've tried to do it everywhere I've been. It's not a lot of effort. most of these times it's a lack of funding, and we've gotten support, both funding and in effort. So keep looking forward to these things that are coming up. I can't wait to see you guys this weekend in person. I'll have everything ready to go. Let's see what shakes out. But constant improvement this year. That is going to be the name of the game. So anybody that wants to contribute, talk to me about other projects we've got going. The cash drawer is open.
Mhm. There you go. Well, great pictures. Thanks for sending those in. And you guys have definitely been busy this off season. Super excited about that. And just looking at your flyer, so it looks like gates open at 10 a.m. So what time are we going to start seeing cars go down the track?
We're going to try to start the index time trials at noon.
Okay, there you go.
And then we'll basically run them through, and then we'll run them through again, and then we'll have our chip draws and stuff in place, and we're going to run hot and heavy. I mean, it's not going to be a sit around all night deal. We want to get a show in.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Road trip, Putnam.
Road trip. Tell us about this. This is the last picture I got. A new toy.
It's a new toy. We discovered something with it today that we really wanted to play with, and we got to work. But that's on loan from Rick Pitzer up in Scooter Rick. He's been up here.
Scooter Rick.
Also known as Scooter Rick. He's one of our bracket racers. There's probably no one person that does anything for drag strips that he participates at than Scooter Rick and his wife Kara. They are great people. They've helped multiple racetracks. They race a lot of different places, and they're willing to help anybody. We talked about doing this deal 4 years ago, and it just never came together. And he called me this winter and said, I'd love to build one if I could just find a mower. I said, I know where there's a mower. So he puts the mower together, calls me and says, let's R&D it. And I said, okay. Well, of course, you guys know Grouse Valley Equipment is a big sponsor for Mid America Dragway, and they are the Hustler dealer. So I show pictures of it, and they go, what? It's the wrong color. And I go, I didn't pay for it. It was a freebie. They said, see if he'll build another one. We want one milled with a Hustler. So about 3 weeks ago, I delivered the Hustler to Rick, put this unit up. This is on loan. We're going to use it for the next couple of weeks. And then our Hustler version of the same piece of equipment is being delivered, but it's fantastic. 3 burners on the front. It's got a blade. You drive up to the deal, you hit the button, it goes down. You scrape across it, and you're done. Here was the beauty. We had a couple of bald spots on the track. So we took the rubber, went all the way across the bald spot. Then we picked the machine up, set it on top of the rubber we just scraped, and drug it backwards and filled in the rubber spot. We couldn't peel it up after we put it back down. So I now have a bald spot machine as well as a track scraper. It's fantastic. It's the greatest piece of equipment. Yeah, greatest piece of equipment ever. And I'm telling you right now, I'll have 10 different uses for that sucker before it's over with. But that was something we discovered today, and I was like, you can't buy this. This is awesome. So
what kind of time does this save working on the track?
I did 6 blocks in 15 minutes. That's normally 2 hours. So in a ratio of complete track to doing it by hand, 8th mile takes 3 days. I bet you could do the whole thing in 6 hours and with the machine.
Wow.
And it's I did, it doesn't hurt you to sit down and do it. There's no physical. When you're doing it by hand, it sucks. Anybody that scraped a track knows it sucks.
You know, build a canopy over that thing there too to get you shade.
The Track Scraper 2000 version will have a top on it. Don't you worry about it.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
then enclose it with an air conditioner on the roof.
Now we're not going to get that carried away. We don't need to be out there doing it that much.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
should.
Start-
It should.
I might apply
It's
for that job if it's air
it.
conditioning.
It's still got to remind you of work. It does have a beer holder, though. I just haven't convinced Chris that's a real smart deal there yet. But no, it's going to be great, guys. I really think that this venture with the no prep stuff and Nick's support and some of the companies that he's been involved with for years have jumped up to help, and I think more will come into play once everybody sees how it goes.
Yeah.
First time events are rough, but I've conquered a lot of first times deals, and if you just keep putting your work in, are you going to get it all right? Maybe not. What you miss, you hope you fix it right away, and we'll do the best we can. And we've got a lot of things. Teaser, there will be French fries in the concession stand.
Nice.
So
French fries and bacon. Nice.
we're French fries, corn dogs, got a corn dog fryer, got a
Bacon.
French fry fryer. We've got to move some cabinets and do a couple little things in there to make room for the kachunker that's going to do the fries. And just overall, we're just super excited. Me and the wife are exhausted. I mean, we're daylight to. I love this time of year because my wife really likes the sunshine, and it's just helped us because now we'll just have an extra hour of daylight to do stuff. So I hope everybody enjoys that part of it, and there's more to come as we're doing some more of these updates. We'd like to share them, but we definitely want to give the recognition to those that have really stepped up and helped us because I just can't do it alone. I couldn't do it alone when I was 30. I damn sure can't do it now. I got a lot of health issues, as people know, and I hope you guys want to keep me around for what I know, not what I know how to do. So I gotta protect my body where I can. So those are those things that help for a lot. So
Well, they say
anyway,
work smarter, not harder, right?
There you go.
absolutely. So
Cool.
We appreciate the update. That was obviously been
thanks.
very busy this winter, you and Mrs. Harper. So good job. Good job.
Well, return the favor by telling those friends, family, anybody. If you've never seen something like this, these boys are getting put on a show. I guarantee it. There's going to be wheels up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think the gloves are coming off. I think this is one of those events that everybody wants to win, an inaugural event. I mean, there's some extra skin there for saying I was the first guy, you know.
You bet.
And it's a 3 race championship deal, so you better show up at the first one and get some points.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's it. Well, I've tied you guys up enough. I know Nick's ready to fall asleep or go eat or something. He's going to get in trouble. He's going to get in trouble if you don't go eat soon enough.
So, wrapping it up here, Nick, so just talking through this, do you have any final thoughts where you go?
I just want to thank everybody, Gary and everybody at MAD for, agreeing to give the no prep stuff a shot and just giving us an avenue and a location to race. And I've been beating it up pretty heavy that, this is the only no prep race in Kansas. And that's saying something. I mean, I argued with Gary a long time ago, man. If you take a map of Kansas and draw a circle around the track, let's say 200 miles, I feel that, the no prep and street guys, there's a lot of us, so the car count's there, the people are there, and they just need a home to do it. And agreeing to give it a shot is a big thing, and we all appreciate it.
You bet.
Yep. Cool. Be fun.
I'm excited.
This is Jesse James. He said, "What did I miss?" Well, I think he missed turning his clock up to catch us on time.
You missed a lot.
You missed all of it.
Yeah, Nick told him that too. He said you missed lots, but he forgot to set his clock up. That's what he missed.
Well, we did mention that you're going to be supporting the small tire series and the bonus for best 160 foot time. So you did miss that part for sure.
Yep.
All right. All right. Putnam, you got anything else on your list?
I don't. No, we got all of our pictures taken care of, and all of our comments are in line and in order. So,
All right. All right. Well, we'll close it off here. We'll see you guys Saturday. I know I'm going. I know Gary Putnam's going. Be eating the popcorn, corn dogs, and French fries, and I'm ready for a show. So,
I'll see if I can round up $15.
Oh yeah,
Try.
yeah,
Man,
absolutely.
I think I'll hand a $20 bill at the gate and just forget the change type of deal.
Well, bring your camera because you're going to need some video.
There you go.
Not live.
Yeah,
we're expecting you to go live at least once or twice. You got to draw them in, buddy.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I got that much pull.
Oh, I think you do. I think you'll be just fine.
We'll see.
All right, we'll come back.
Go ahead, Rod.
I was just going to say, if I come back next week and talk about all the excitement, next Sunday, it's going to be a great event. I'm excited for it.
A recap would be wonderful for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. If you don't have anything else, we'll let you go.
No,
Nick.
Yep. Thanks.
Mr. Harper, thanks.
You're welcome, guys. As always, we'll be in touch.
And thanks for feeding pictures like you have been. Keep doing that, and we'll keep tossing them up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it doesn't do us any good if nobody can see the improvements. We want guys to come out and use the facility and see that we're listening. We are listening. I heard it all year long, and we've got it. I got a punch list, and we're going down through that punch list. And if I could just get the right 6 numbers, that punch list would happen a lot sooner. But we ain't got there yet.
And
thanks to the Maybriers also.
Absolutely. I couldn't do any of this without Chris's support and Jasmine, and they're great people to work for. That's why I've bought in. I mean, I've never bought a house where I live at a racetrack. It's always rent, baby, and you pack light because you know how long it's going to last. And let's just say I've unpacked. You guys are stuck with me now.
All right. We'll support you any way we can.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
All right.
See you, Mr. Harper.
See you Saturday.
Nick, thanks for your time tonight. Thanks for all your info.
No problem. Thanks for having me. See you guys.
All right. We'll see you this weekend. See you,
Good
Nick.
job. All right. Man, it's a great event. I'm super excited. We got some good info there. Got some killers coming, man. Golly, man. I just want to. Is it Saturday already?
That racing already next week. Woo, holy cow.
Holy cow. No, it's good. So, yes, this is this time. Let's talk about our sponsors and our YouTube. I see Gary's got it up there. So please go subscribe, hit the like button, go to our YouTube channel, and subscribe. Heads Up Racing, Gary and Hot Rod podcast. We always love that. We'll go back on Monday and see how many people jumped in, and so we appreciate that a lot. And
that's what it looks like. If you come across that, that's you're at the right place. If you're right there, subscribe.
Yeah. All right. So let's get our sponsors. Go ahead.
Sponsors here. We give thanks to our partners, Mid America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandland Iron and Metal, and Harry Street Carpet.
Nice. Couldn't do it without those guys. Appreciate that support. Yeah, support who supports you. So we really appreciate that. All right.
This is Troy. He says, man, Gary, all this work on the car has really made me thirsty, by the way. He's poking, isn't he?
About.
I do too. I know what he's talking about. You better keep working, Troy.
Would you look at it?
Yeah, would you look at that?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think it's going to be first to the track.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Gary, good job tonight. You got anything else for us?
I don't. That was fun. Some good info. A little different area that we hadn't been in before with the No Prep Talk. So
yeah,
that we've been to them and watched them and had fun spectating that stuff, and
sure,
and then that stuff always puts on a good show. So
yeah, I agree. And like Mr. Harper was saying, he's got a kitchen there. What do you want? He can make anything. And so got something for heads up, for bracket, for no prep, index. You know, they're talking about doing power wheels, juniors, motorcycles. I mean, that's
And like he talked about your track being labeled, it automatically made me think of Great Bend. We always you hear Great Bend, that's a bracket racetrack, and that's it. You know, it really doesn't tailor to much else. So in our experience, Great Bend is bracket racing, and that's their thing there.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So what they're doing at Arc City is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, only been in here a year. This is year 2. So excited to see, you know, just all the changes they've already made, you know, and continue to keep it growing and bringing more people jumping on. He's opening up the doors. So, you know, doing the 17 and under for free. That's awesome as well. So we'll just go check it out. I'm looking for an awesome time.
Yep. Making the place safer, getting equipment, making it better.
Yeah. Could you imagine, scraping a track manually? Holy cow.
No way. For 3 days, hours and hours and hours. Wow.
Yeah. Woo. No kidding. All right. Well, let's go work on our hot rods this week.
Mr. Richard Pete, he says, thank you guys. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah. Thank you. Probably see you this weekend.
This is Jesse James. He said, it's awesome what you both are doing to have a platform for racing around here. It's only going to get better. Good job, Gary and Rodney. Thank you, Jesse, for the kind words. And thank you, Rodney, for everything you do. Oh,
man. Back at you, partner. I couldn't do just doing well. I want to keep it going. I'm excited. I like being a platform for all the tracks. And you know, it's Saturday. It's official, Gary. The season's starting Saturday.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. It just seemed like the other day, we're going to go into the winter, you know. I mean, it's just like bam, bam.
Yeah. I think about that too. Just what you said, I think about that sometimes too. We talked about the winter. We think we can talk to some people and, you know, get updates on their stuff. And we did that. We succeeded at that. Yeah. And it's like there's no shortage of stuff to talk about with race cars.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with Harper. I'm excited to see you go live at this race Saturday.
I hadn't planned on it. I mean, I'm being honest. I had not planned on going live. I planned to go spectate and watch, and you know
what I mean. You got to follow.
Like, the no prep guys should have their live people.
Lives, man,
I don't know. True. Maybe I'm looking at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it different. I don't know. I don't know.
Play it out.
Somebody said they'll go live. Who's this? Oh, Richard Pete.
There you go.
Yeah, he goes live a lot of times too.
Okay, well there you go.
Know.
Yeah, we'll kind of go out there and be on. Harper's counting on it.
We probably need to shut off and go inside. I'm gonna get wrangled into something.
Yeah.
She says,
they're going to have those hot dog uniforms ready for us here in a little bit, you know. Get your hot dog.
I'm on Gary going live. I have other things to take care of.
Yeah, there you go.
And Mark. This is Mark Westmoreland. Bench racing is expensive. She says, we need your help. I'll go live in the kitchen and just start eating French fries. That's what I'm going to do.
It sounds like
I'm going to need some ketchup. I need some ketchup and some French fries.
There you go.
My buddy Jim Lauer. Hey, Jim.
You the man, Gary. That's right.
I'm not the man.
Come on.
Man, I'm not the man.
Scooter Rick. We saw your contraption, Scooter Rick.
Oh, Rick, the tractor is cool.
Cool.
Even green. It doesn't flow with the correct color of the other outfit, but the Hustler will be on the way. Isn't it Hustler, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Scooter Rick, you wasn't on earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but Mr. Harper would like a canopy enclosed with air conditioning.
Yes, that's right.
Starbucks machine. He needs a Starbucks machine right next to that. So, yeah, that's the only thing he was talking about.
Make it a holder that'll fit a big 40-ounce Stanley
there
cup.
You go. There you go.
And drop it right in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really, Rick, that tractor is cool.
Yeah.
And he says working on that.
Working on it, see? There you go.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, my
Cool.
man. I'm ready to sign off.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay,
All
on
the
3.
time.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I meant to
Nice.
find a. I meant to find the audio. I forgot about it. All right, let's shut her down.
Shut her down.
If
Finish
you're
that
watching,
intake
what?
and get the car running, and we'll go to the track Saturday.
Yep,
It's gonna be
some
cool.
good weather. Be good. Thanks for watching. If you watch the whole time, thank you again, and come back.
Yep.
Again and again and again. It's fun. This is lots of fun. All right.
All right, buddy. Talk to you
Good
soon.
night, Rod. We'll see you
All right.
later.